And to get a sense of these to begin with, what we're going to do is we're just going to use a table of values, figure out as much as we can about this graph from points that we can get there. A nice point is always finding the y-intercept. So if you plug in 0 for x, can you see that you're going to get 0 for y? If you plug in some other values like 1, 2, 3, what happens when I plug in 1? I get -2. If I plug in 2, I get +2. If I plug in 3, I get 27 minus 27, which is 0. So we can do a table of values. And the more values we do, the more accurate our graph is going to get. So right now, if I was going to sketch this graph for what I know right now, I know I have the point 0, 0. I know I have the point 1, -2. I know I have the point 2, 2. And I have the point 3, 0. As far as a graph goes, that doesn't tell us very much. It looks like a bunch of random points. But because you know how the end behavior acts for this equation, this is an x³ graph. It's an odd function. It's going to act like a line. And because it's a positive x³ graph, you know that your end behavior has to look like that. So if I would draw something going through these points, I don't know if this is correct or not. I don't know. Whoa. There we go. No, what did I do wrong here? 3 is 0. Oh, I made a mistake in my table of values. Let's just go back. Which value did I do wrong? 2. Something seemed, if you go through your points like I just did, and they don't end up with the right end behavior, chances are you've got a point wrong in there. Now, 3 and 0 is fine, but if I plug in 2 again, that's going to be 8 minus 12, that's going to be -4. So that'll be down there, and then 3, 0. So I know how my end behavior needs to act. I'm going to try again. I'm going to go through these points. That seems to match better with my end behavior than I had before. Now, I don't know if it was a maximum at 0, 0. It might have been that it went higher before and after. If I wanted to be more accurate, I could plug in more points. So I could plug in -1. -1 cubed is -1, minus 3 is -4. So that would be -1, -4 down there. So the more points you do, the better accuracy you get, but you still might not know exactly where the maximum is and the minimum. What we're going to do in this unit is we're going to learn some different strategies to help us figure things out. To graph a basic idea of the graph, we still won't be able to draw super accurate. I don't know if this is the lowest point it ever gets or not, based on my graph. Okay? So those are some of the things that we're going to have to figure out as we go along. For the second one, again, you get a y-intercept of 3. If we plug in some more values, 1 and -1 would be easy values to figure out. If I plug in 1, -1, -7, -9 makes -16 plus 3, -13. If I plug in -1, -1 plus 6 is 5, minus 9 is -4, plus 3, -1. Hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes in the mental math there. So now if we plug these points in, 0, 3, 1, -13 would be way down there. -1, -1 would be there. What do I know? This is supposed to act like a negative parabola. So that's how my end behavior is supposed to go. I've only got 3 points there. I might want to do a couple more. Maybe we try 2 and 2 just to see what's going to happen. So if we plug in -2, you're going to get -16 plus 48, 32 minus 36. Is that -60? Was that -32? Oh, man. So -16 plus 48 is positive 32 minus 36 minus 4 plus 3 minus 1.